Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and to part 2 of my declutter series. So we are slowly working our way through pretty much all the products that I have, and today we are doing, it's a lot of stuff, but I still think it's going to be shorter than the eyeshadow palette one. So today we are doing blush, highlighter, bronzer, powder, foundation, primer, concealer, and eyeshadow primer. So it sounds like I said, it sounds like a lot of stuff, but it is definitely like about half as much stuff as I had in the last video, so in combination altogether. So yeah, if you are excited and ready to see part 2 of my declutter series, then please keep watching. All right, so for those of you who are new here, hello again. I am Carolyn. Welcome to my channel. I am based in the UK, so some of the products here might be, ones that are easier to get in the UK, some might be easier to get in the US. Most of the retailers have about the same kind of stuff, so I think you'll probably see most of the same things that you could get pretty much anywhere. So what's the plan? All right, so this is a huge tray of stuff. Oh, this is the part 2 of my decluttering series. So if you want to see part 1, go ahead and pop into the eye and have a look up there at part 1, which is over an hour long, of my eyeshadow palettes. As I said in the intro, I don't have as many of these other types of products, so I'm hoping that this one will go a lot faster. What I'm going to do is I am going to move this one off to the side and kind of organize everything into different categories to start with, because right now it's all a bit of a jumble. So these are like, this is a foundation, this is a primer, so they don't really need to be with all of these things. So I think, what are we gonna start with? Why don't we start with highlighter? Yeah, let's start with highlighter. Also, I am gonna be, in some of the categories, really ruthless, and if I haven't used it or if I'm not interested in using it, I'm just gonna get rid of it. So we will be getting rid of, I hope, quite a few things, probably mostly in the blush department. I think I'm gonna get rid of a lot of those, but yeah. All right, so let me get all of my highlighters organized. I'm gonna be using this kind of tray here to keep everything together. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'll just zip you through it. Okay, so I appreciate things look like a mess. Sorry for the tray. I know it's a possibly creepy skull for you guys. I'm into skull stuff, so for me it's super cool. So I will go ahead and pop a count. Where are we? I'll pop a count somewhere up here or here of like how many total highlighters we are starting from, and at the end we will have a whole number of everything, and we will make some decisions. So I figured we'd use this middle bit as the deciding zone. So you can just see kind of everything here. There's quite a lot. Okay, so I guess we'll just get started with these ones. So these are 2 of my Nabla highlighters. So I have other Nabla products that could be considered kind of more on the highlighting kind of end of things. So this is the Skin Glazing Ozone, which is this really pretty kind of champagne color, like that. And then this is the one Privilege. Now, so this one, Privilege, is probably a little bit dark for my skin tone. So I really like the formula, but I think this one, Ozone, is probably more suitable for how pale I am. The Privilege one here, it's not, if it was more pinky, if it was more of a pink highlighter, I think I could probably get away with it, but I am going to go ahead and declutter this one. I do love the Nabla formula though, so it's not anything to do with the formula. It's more like, I think this color is just a little bit, a touch too dark for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one, but we will keep Ozone. Where's my little keepy? There's stuff everywhere behind me, guys. So I'm just putting this little bucket for the keeps, and then the go-aways are on the other side. Okay, I have these 2 from Kiko Milano. Are these both highlighters? Now this is a blush, sorry. This is from the Unexpected Paradise collection. So this is in the color Light of Venus. So this one is very pretty. It's very similar, to Ozone, like they're almost exactly the same shade. So considering that, and I already have one that's in this color in a formula I like, I'll go ahead and get rid of this one. But again, this formula I really did enjoy, so there's absolutely nothing wrong with this one. Okay, I have this one. This is the Infinity Highlighter from Linda Hallberg. So this one is, again, it's more on the kind of golden side. I haven't really gotten to use it yet. So it's a bit different than these two. So it's a little bit more gold. It's right here, sorry. It's a little bit more gold. It's very smooth. So I think I would like to keep on trying this one. I haven't gotten a real chance to properly use it. So this one, the Infinity Highlighter, we'll keep. That's the, where's my good? I'm getting confused by my piles already. This is a highlighting brow glow from Benefit. I'm gonna get rid of it. I've had it for a really long time. I don't really use it anymore. I used to use it a lot to highlight under my brow bone, but I don't anymore, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. I got this one in a subscription box. This is a liquid highlighter. I haven't even used it or opened it, so I'm gonna go ahead and put in a giveaway for another thing, so I'll get rid of that. This is my Clinique Chubby Stick Sculpting Highlight. I didn't use it for a while, but now I've kind of decided that I like it again. So it's a bit more on the pinky peach side here. It's a little bit lighter as well, so considering how pale I am right now, it's a pretty good one. And I like the creaminess of the formula, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one for now. So this is a Ritual to Feel highlighter. This is in the High Priestess. So I think this is an absolutely gorgeous color. So if you can see as it moves in the light, it's kind of like a violet reflect under it. And it is a cream. Can you see the color shift there? Oh, let's just pop it there. It's a little bit on the sticky side, but I think it's such a beautiful color. I am gonna keep it, but I really hate the smell. It's an extremely strong lavender fragrance. If you don't like lavender or don't like really strong smells, I would avoid this one. I don't know if it's this particular version or if it's their highlighting formula altogether that has this lavender smell, but it's so strong that if you put it on your face, you can smell it. So because the color is something so cool and so unique, I am gonna keep it, but yeah, it is stinky, in my opinion. One of my favorite packaging components ever, the Lunar Beauty Moon Prism Powder. So I got the color Mars because it was all that was available. And clearly this is too dark for me. I mean, in what universe am I gonna be able to use that as a highlighter? It's very pretty. It's a beautiful color. It's almost could be maybe used as a blush instead, but it's quite orange. And while I don't mind that necessarily for my skin, I do wonder if that's a little bit too dark for me. I'm really hesitant to get rid of this because it's I need to go back and get like probably Mercury, but over here at Beauty Bay it's been sold out for just absolutely ages. So all right, I'll keep it for now, but I might end up decluttering it because the color is just 100% wrong for me. Wet n Wild, this is the Mega Glow. What's the color of this one? Blossom Glow. So this is actually a really good color for me. It's quite light, quite pinky, kind of a light, what's the right word? I don't know, pinky peach kind of shade. I really like this. I think it's really pretty. It's a softer glow. It's not quite so blinding. So I am going to keep this one. I like that a lot. So I bought this, oops, things are gonna fall over here. I bought this quite a while ago. This is the Becca Skin Shimmering Skin Perfector Liquid. And it's in this little pump, so it's a liquid highlight. Let's just do a little pump there so you can see it. Oh, that's a lot. So I think if I wanted to do like an all over kind of glowy skin deal, this would be great for that. I bought it because it actually was on advice of somebody who was at the counter, the Becca counter, suggesting that this was a good one for people with like slightly older skin or maturing skin because sometimes the powder ones can make them look a little bit textured. And I think it's not a bad match. It's a little bit more tan than I think I usually would like to go. And other than 1 or 2 times when I've used it at the beginning when I bought it, I have not reached for it. It hasn't been one of the ones that I've been excited to use. So I am gonna go ahead and give this one up. This was in Moonstone, by the way. That was the color here. I use this in my Japanese eye makeup. This is a eye brightener for the inner corner of the eye to kind of make it a little bit bigger. I actually don't mind this, but ever since I did it for the video, I have not gone back to play with it again. So I think somebody else might want to give it a try. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this little guy. My hand is looking very glowy already. Okay, we still got a lot more. Lethal Cosmetics, this is Wavelength. I do have another highlighter from Lethal, but it is in their palette, which I'm going to do afterwards with like the blushes and stuff. So this is Wavelength. It is a purple lavender highlighter. It's very icy, but I kind of dig it because it's icy, but it's not too blinding. So I really like it. It's a more subtle highlight despite the fact that it's purple. So I'm definitely going to keep this one. ColourPop, this is Horse and Carriage. This is probably the most versatile highlighter that I have. It's really good for my particular skin tone. It is a light champagne. It's a little bit lighter than the Nabla Skin Glazing, the Ozone color. So I think it's a good one to have that's still in that similar kind of color story, but isn't super dark. So I am gonna go ahead and keep this one. I think this is discontinued. So I'm loath to get rid of something that I can't get back again should I choose that I really wanted it. This is Clinique. This was the Year of the Rat Gold Celebration Pop. I bought this last year. Come on. Okay, it had a cute little rat imprint on it, but I have used it. And this one is a little bit too yellow, like orangey undertoned or gold undertone for me, but I'm not gonna get rid of it because that's a stupid rat on it and I think that's super cute. Actually, if I'm a little bit tanner than I am right now, which is unusual. I don't really tan very much in the summer, but if I do get a little bit tanner, I think this is gonna be a really nice color on me. So I'm gonna keep it also because I want to, because it's cute. Makeup Geek, I got this as part of my Try Beauty box back in, gosh, I think it was December 2018, maybe? So this one is really cool because it is kind of multi-chrome looking. And I don't know if you can really see that. It's hard to make it show up beautifully, but it's kind of multi-chrome. It's similar in a way to we'll get to this one in a minute, the Space Age Prophecy, but it's much more subtle, but it's such a cool, it doesn't have like a white undertone, but it definitely has this like multicolored cast to it, which I think is so cool. I really love this. I love the formula in this. It's very soft and very easy to use. So this was in Psychedelic, so I am gonna keep this one. Okay, I have two ColourPop highlighters. This was from their, the big collection they did in June, the kind of tie-dye collection. So this is Manifest That, and this one is Your Trip. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of both of these because I haven't gone into them since doing the review. They are more kind of body highlight things. Like this color is really pretty, and there's nothing wrong with them. They're like the Super Shock formula that they do, but I just don't reach for them. So why not give them to somebody who's gonna love them even more than me? So the formula is fine. They're just not something that I am going for at the moment. So next up is the Hourglass. Let me open this, it's so reflective. This is the Ghost Edit Ambient Lighting Edit Ghost. I think it's from last Christmas. So when I got this, I did use it a little bit. And you can see it's blushes, bronzer, and then all these highlighting things. But honestly, since then, I haven't really gone back into it. So I don't know. I might need to think about this one a little bit more. Let's put this in the next pile over and then make a decision about it when we're in blushes and bronzers because I don't know. Okay, Spectrum Cosmetics. This is their Oyster highlighter. Okay, this is what she looks like. Very light. I've got to dig in there a little bit. That's not coming out beautifully. I think the color of this is really pretty, but it's a little bit hard packed in there, and you really want your highlighters to come off a little. Personally, for me, I don't want to have to dig into them. I want them to kind of come off like right away. So I like the color of this. I just didn't love the formula, so I am going to go ahead and say goodbye to this one. A newer one to my collection, this is the Diamond Highlighter by Labelle. Labelle is a UK-based indie brand. I have not even swatched that. You guys ready? It's brand new. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Oh, wow. Now that. Oh my God. Do you guys see how blinding that is? Let's see what that looks like all blended out. All right, definitely if you want that like wet skin look from a highlighter, this is gonna be your jam. And I think it's a really good color for me, so I am keeping her. It's also new, I haven't gotten a chance to use it on my face yet, so yeah. Next up, we have this Becca Pearl Glow Luster Glow Powder in the color Pure Pearl. So this one, it looks quite pale, like just like a pale peachy color, but on me, I love this on me because it's just really like, it's just enough to give you that kind of glow within kind of vibe. I think that's so pretty, and I much prefer this compact formula versus the liquid formula. So, and I love that. Look how beautiful this compact is here. It's just absolutely stunning. So definitely keeping this one. Another new one to my collection, which is the ABH Iced Out. I've been obsessed with this, honestly, since I got it. But what I've been obsessed with is using it as an inner corner highlight. It's absolutely stunning. I love this. I think this is really good. I love the formula of it. But for me, what I have been using it for is more as an eyeshadow, like an inner corner or something like that. So I still need to try it out on my cheeks, but yeah, we're keeping her. A new one I just picked up. This is the Ofra. Which one is this? Ooh, ah! Well, I guess I don't need the box anymore, do I? This is Start Inspired. So this is one of the Samantha March collabs. So here's what she looks like. So you have like a pinky one. Ooh, oh, wow. This is my first time trying Ofra, so let's see. Oh, those are so pretty, guys. Oh my God. Wow. Okay, those are gorgeous. We're definitely keeping this. Obviously it's new too. I'm not getting rid of it. So yeah, Start Inspired. All right, almost done through the highlighters. So we have this Be Perfect Cosmetics Get Wet. This is in Do You. Oh gosh, that's so pretty. It's definitely like a creamy kind of, it almost feels like wet, guys. I don't know if you can see it. It really has like that kind of wet look to it. Oh, that's so pretty. It's almost more on the glittery side. Let me go in one more time here. Yeah, do you see I actually made a dent in it? It's almost like a Super Shock. Oh, that's really pretty. Gotta try this one again on the face. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and keep this one. A Makeup Revolution. This is from XX Revolution, whatever it was. This is called Disclosure. And this is like a pinky gold shifty one. So it's definitely a little bit dark to use like really as a highlighter, but I like this more as like a blush or a blush topper. It's a little bit dark for my skin tone, but I'm still kind of tempted by it. So I think I am going to keep this one. Okay, the highlighter that probably everyone has, the Cookie highlighter from Benefit. This is genuinely, it is a really good highlighter. It's pretty much perfect for like a really light fair skin tone like what I have. It's just kind of a champagne color, not a lot of like gold under it, anything like that. It's not a white base, but it's definitely like a more pale gold base. So I think that's really pretty. So we are going to keep Cookie. Another new one that I haven't even put my finger in the imprint yet is the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude Glow, which is this one. I bought this in the autumn. I don't know, when they do the imprints on these like this, it's really hard for me to want to touch it because it's so pretty. But we're gonna give it a go. Ooh, interesting. It's almost like a scritchy kind of texture. Okay, let's just go right here. Ooh, it's definitely more like a champagne-y golden color. I think that's gonna be really pretty. I definitely want to try it on the face. It might be a little bit dark. I think it'll be okay. We'll try this one again. So we'll keep her for now. Okay, I have all of the Kaleidos highlighters here. I'm not going to be getting rid of any of them. It is kind of more of a, what's the right word, collecting kind of thing at this point in time. I do really enjoy the formula. I got the Solar Sailor one. That was the last one I didn't have that's still in stock. There was a green one, not this green one, but another more green one that I missed out on. I didn't order it initially, that I regret. But that's fine. Maybe they'll bring it back one day. You never know. So yeah, so I'm keeping all of these. I have the two Mars Melter ones. So this is the new one, which is kind of like, this really is a blush for me. That's not going to be a highlighter. And then the old one, which was more of like a duochrome pink kind of thing. So I like them. I think the formula is good. It's actually not my 100% favorite formula, but the colors underneath are so cool that I actually think it's a little bit difficult to get rid of them, because there isn't anything else like that. That is really hard to find similar things. So I'm going to go ahead and keep all of these for collectability right now, if anything else. But I do actually really enjoy using them. So, okay, so let's go ahead and put these in the bucket. Okay, we only ended up getting rid of 9 highlighters, so we're not off to the most amazing start of like getting rid of things, but with the blushes and everything else, I can see myself being much more like aggressively getting rid of things. So we'll go ahead and I will clear all this off and we will move into the blushes next. All right, so we are back. We are back for blush time. So there's quite a few here, so we're just gonna kind of go through them reasonably quickly. I have these 2 blushes from Kaleidos. So this is, well, they're just Lo-Fi Rose, this one here, and then Lo-Fi Peach. Yeah, Lo-Fi Peach. Here we go. As you can see, I haven't really gotten a chance to use them. I think both of them are really pretty, so I'm gonna keep them for now because since I haven't gotten a chance, and I do love Kaleidos, so there's no reason really to get rid of them yet. I think this is a little bit light for me considering how pale I am, but I'm gonna keep on trying it, and yeah, so first 2 we are keeping. I have a couple random ones. I have this one from Kiko Milano. This is the Sicilian Notes Baked Blush in Mauve. I don't tend to go for this type of color anymore, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it. Does this one? Yeah, it has a little perfumey smell, so I am also gonna get rid of that. I have this Stila convertible color. Let's open her up. So I have used this a few times. This is in the color Petunia. I actually am liking cream blushes, sorry, like this Fenty one, which I'm gonna keep. This is in Strawberry Drip. I really like this one, but the formula on this one is not as exciting to me. So I think I'm going to, oops, I put things in the wrong spot. I'm gonna go ahead and, gosh, I like the packaging of this one. No, we're gonna be ruthless today, Carolyn, come on. So I'm gonna keep the Fenty cream and I'm gonna get rid of the Stila cream. So I made an order from ColourPop last autumn sometime, I don't even know when, and I ordered this Baroque one. This is in the color Chaise, which is this really pretty pale peach. I haven't gotten around to using it, and I don't think I'm going to. It's a little bit light, a little bit washed out looking, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this for one of our giveaways since it is new. So yeah, we'll go ahead and declutter that one. All right, these look like more ColourPop ones. So this is Shook to the Coral Pressed Powder Blush. This one I like the color of. I've kind of just swatched it a little bit. I think this one is really pretty. It's more of a, it definitely is like an orangey coral color. So I'm gonna keep this one, and I like the packaging of this. I think it's cute. I also like this one though. This is the Crossroads blush. Come on. It's more like a warm, light terracotta color. Yeah, I really like these two, so I'm gonna keep both of these. It's not boding well for this declutter. So this could either be a highlighter or a blush. This is the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt. This is in Ginger Binge and Moscow Mule. I put them here for blush because they are more on the pinky side. So I haven't gotten a chance to play with these yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep them. Really pretty. They might be a little bit dark for me though. So let me have a play with it. If I do feel it's too dark, I will go ahead and get rid of one. A student of mine was decluttering and I wanted to give this a go, so I'll keep that for now. Okay, I have 2 Nabla blushes. I'm very loath to get rid of either of these two because I think they're both so pretty. This one is Lola. Look, I love this color right there. Like for me, that is such a pretty blush color here. This one is Independence. I really like them both. Yeah, we're gonna keep them. This is not going well. BH Chocolate Strawberry Truffle. I really haven't gone into this except for once. I think the only one up here I really like now is this one. These other 3 look a little bit light for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this one. So I put this one here, despite the fact that it's actually a highlighter, a blush, and a bronzer. This is my new Lethal Cosmetics trio. Obviously I'm not going to get rid of this, but I just wanted to show you. Look at that color. That is beautiful. I think the one in here is Nectar. I'd have to go double check it, but I do have other blushes. I bought some more from them. I bought a yellow, an orange, and another deep pink one. And since I love pretty much everything Lethal does, this is not going anywhere. So I just wanted to show you guys this. All right, we have the Cheek Leaders palette from Benefit. This one is going to go ahead and go away. I don't reach for it. This is really light. This one's too dark, and I have the Cookie highlighter, which I prefer over the Tickle highlighter. So this one is going to get decluttered. From Clinique, I have this Cheek Pop in Ginger Pop, which I think I've used it maybe once or twice. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Oh yeah, we're definitely keeping that. I'm a big fan of Clinique. I know a lot of people don't seem to talk about it that much, especially on YouTube, but I really enjoy it, so I'm very happy to keep this one. I have my two, the Blush and Glow palette. So I have the Cheek one and the Bloom one, or the Love Glow Cheek palette and the Bloom one. So these have some highlighters and some blushes in them. I'm not going to get rid of either of these. I think they're both really pretty. And actually it's the cream blushes, these ones here, that are my favorite. So I'm going to keep these. These are also really expensive, so I am hesitant to declutter them right now. So I have these. I also have, which I'm keeping as well, this is the Bloom Highlighting Blush. It's this really pretty kind of bright orangey coral color. Almost, it's like a highlighting, it is a highlighting blush, yeah. And that's really pretty, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep that as well. I tried a whole bunch of Pixie earlier this last year. This is actually another palette. This is the Nuance Quartet in Sugar Blossom. I just wasn't a huge fan. It just wasn't my jam. It's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It just wasn't really my thing. So I am going to go ahead and declutter it. This kind of pink color isn't something I tend to go for, to be honest with you. I go for something that's a little bit more on the coral orange kind of side of things. So I'm trying to get rid of some of the blush off my hands. All right, two more from ColourPop. These were part of, I think, the Mauve collection? I don't even remember. Earlier this year. I am going to get rid of both of them. They're a bit too, well, maybe not this one. Look at this one again. That's too pink. I'm going to get rid of both of these. They're very pretty and they work great. I like the pressed blush formula from ColourPop, but just these are just not really my color. Life's a Peach from L'Oreal. I think I've used this a couple of times maybe. Can I get it open? There we go. Very orange. Kind of just a pale wash. Do I want to keep? Yeah, we're going to keep this one. I like it. All right, I have these two blushes from Flower Beauty, which I am probably going to go ahead and get rid of. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just not that, I mean, you don't necessarily always want blush to be super pigmented, but I just don't. There really wasn't almost any payoff with these. And I think it's fine if you really want to just a super natural, almost barely there kind of stuff. But I think somebody else is going to love them. And I have colors similar in the other palettes or in the other blushes. So I'll go ahead and get rid of these two. A couple more small ones. Another Kiko Milano blush. This is from their green collection in soft mauve. This is not my color anymore. I think when I was first trying blushes, I'm like, oh, we'll go with something that's like this mauvey color. That'll be fine. But actually it ends up not being what I'm interested in. So that's gonna go ahead and get decluttered. Let me add these small ones in this poor pile here. This Honest Beauty one, how did this packaging get so gross? This one, it didn't really show up that well. And there's always a cat hair or something in these. But I would like to give this another go, especially now that I'm not really that interested in doing powder products at the moment. That's really pretty. We'll give this another try. A very similar color is this NYX Sweet Cheeks. Let's see, it's almost the same, but in a powder formula. That's really pigmented. I'll go ahead and keep this one as well. We have this one. It came in a subscription box by Beauty. It's that same kind of it's almost the same as the Flower Beauty one. It's more of just like a pale peach. I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. I also have this Can Make Cream Cheek. I actually, okay, really liked the formula of this, but the color just wasn't it for me. I don't want that kind of like pale, cold blush like that. I really want something that's a little bit more on the orangey side. So I'm gonna declutter this, but next time I go to Japan, I'm probably gonna look around for some other blushes that are more kind of in the orangey tones. This one was another declutter from my student. So it is a hot pink, which I have not tried on my cheeks yet. It is very intense. So I'm gonna keep it because one, it's Chanel, and two, I haven't tried it on my face, but I don't necessarily think this color is going to be it for me. We have this Cheek Heat from Maybelline. This is in the color Nude Burn. I think this might be a little bit, let's just tip a little bit out. Yeah, it's way too mauve. Do you see what I mean? I don't know. I'm sure you guys are thinking, oh, that looks perfectly fine, but for me, it's just not, it's not the color for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this one. Cover FX, this one, which is the Pink Dahlia one. I love the way this looks. It's a little bit cool, cool toned, so to speak, for a pink, but it's just so pretty. And it's almost it's like a pale peachy blush. I really like it, so I'm gonna keep this one. I also love this kind of soap bar packaging. We have these two from Melt. This is the Raw Honey, and this one is the Buzzkill. So looking at these two, I actually really prefer, sorry, I realize you can't see the Buzzkill one, this kind of orangey colors, but I like this side as well, more for a highlighter. I think this might be a bit, yeah, see, that's way too dark for me to use as a highlighter. But this one, I think will work well. Maybe they're both too dark. All right, I'm actually gonna go ahead and give this away to a friend who might wanna try it. I think it's just a bit too dark for me. I'm too pale for this, so, but I'll keep this one. It's hard. I mean, I know that you guys are like, oh, you're giving away so much good stuff, and it's like, well, I know, that's why I bought it, but you know, you have to also think, are you using it? Is it worth being in your collection? And is it something you're actually going to use? So. Last up in the blush is the Moon Prism Blush Palette by Lunar Beauty. I am going to keep this. You can see I haven't used it really yet, so I definitely want to dig into it a bit more. The colors that I'm interested in are these three here. I think these ones are going to be a bit too dark, but maybe like a bronzy kind of blushy thing if I wanted to do that. I don't really go with blush palettes very much, and really, if I could depot these ones, I might, but I do also love the packaging so much. So yeah. I will keep this and actually try and get some use out of it. Okay, that's it for the blushes. Let's see how many did we do here. 1, 2, 3, 15. All right, we got rid of 15 blushes, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. So let me go ahead and bring over the bronzers and the powders, and we will do those next. All right, I think we're probably gonna get rid of the most in this category, to be honest with you. I have this Trini London stack, again, decluttered by a student of mine, which is more on the bronzer contouring kind of side. I think you can use these for a lot of different things. I have not gotten to try this yet, so I am going to keep it. So this is Trini London, in case you're wondering. So this looks like a contour stack. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a go before I make a decision about whether to hang on to it or not. Bronzers, I don't have too many because I don't really use them very much. I have this one, it's technically a blush, the Mulan one, but it's this like terracotta kind of color. And it's worked really, if I just want like a really light kind of blush, not blush, bronzy kind of color, but I haven't really reached for it, so I'm probably gonna go ahead and get rid of that. I have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I have not even tried this yet, so I am going to keep it. It looks like it'll be a good color on me. It's not very dark. I think this is it's just Mover Butter Bronzer. I don't know that there's a color here, so I think it's quite light, so I think it will work well for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one. I got this little tiny Shady Biz bronzer by Fenty. I actually think this one might be just slightly too warm for my skin tone. I used it quite a bit, but then I decided I wasn't really that excited about it, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one. You can tell I have no love really for bronzers, so it's like not difficult at all to get rid of them. That's some powder. Sorry, everything is a bit, everything in here. What is this one? This is, oop, this is a blush. Hello. This was from the Unexpected Paradise 3D blush in Dream Coral. Has that coconut smell to it. I think I quite like this one. Where do we have left? Yeah, I think kind of thinking about what I'm preferring right now, that's a bit too pink, so we will go ahead and declutter this one. Also, oh, I don't know where my towel went. Also from that same collection, I don't know how this got so disgusting. This is the Unexpected Paradise Bronzer in Warm Honey. So I actually think this was pretty good on my skin tone, because it's not like, there's like almost nothing there. But I think, if I'm going to be honest, this is the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush bronzer in #1 Fair. I would probably prefer to go for this one over this one. This is a little bit darker and a little bit warmer, and this is just kind of almost like a more neutral bronzer just to warm up the edges of the face a little bit. So I'm going to give this one away, and I'm going to keep this one. I have this little ColourPop one in Coconut Beach, and I actually think if I want something that's a little bit darker, I think this one is pretty good here. So might, but then I also have these two from Nabla. So for some reason I bought a bronzer that's clearly way too dark for my skin tone, which is this one in Soft Revenge, because it was more on the cool tone side. Okay. But do you see how dark that is? Let's just go here. So there's no way I'm ever going to be dark enough for that to work on me. So I am going to have to give this one away, even though I really love it. And then if we think about these two, I think I prefer the Nabla formula over the ColourPop formula. And you can see that they're actually quite similar. This one's a little bit warmer. This one's a little bit cooler. Sorry, I realize I have no hand space left. So I think I'm going to keep the Nabla one and go ahead and declutter the ColourPop one. Hi, Betty. Betty's joining us because it's Betty's dinner time, right? Yeah, you have to wait a few more minutes, bud. Let me finish these, okay? So this one I haven't tried yet. This is the Charisma Contour Palette from Kaleidos. This is in the Cool and Light. So I think this is going to work pretty well for me, so I am going to keep it. I haven't even tried it yet. I'm really excited to give these colors a go on my face. So yeah, we'll go ahead and keep this one. I have this Fenty Matchstick in Cinnamon. I don't know. That is obviously never going to work for me. It was a little like duo, I'm decluttering it, that I picked up just to try the products, and clearly I was wrong with both colors. All right, we're back at the Hourglass one. Oh my gosh, why is this so, there we go. All right, I'll keep it. I just got to get some use out of it, I think, because it was so expensive. All right, we're just going to do this one really quickly. These are my powders. I don't use a lot of powders, so I am going to get rid of most of these. So Bacon Blot Revolution Beauty, this Etu Size Skincare. This is really way too light for me. It's supposed to be translucent, but it comes off really white. This Color Effects Translucent Light Powder, I'm going to get rid of those. I used to use these a lot. These are the Soap and Glory. This is the Kick-Ass and One Heck of a Blot powders. This one's actually brand new. Maybe I'll put this one in a giveaway if you don't mind the cat hair stuck underneath of it. But I don't use these really anymore. I've kind of started abstaining from using powders almost altogether. So, and I think the only two powders I'm going to keep are the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in, you can tell I've used it a lot. This is in Fair, and then the Chantecaille powder, and this is just in translucent, I think, light. So I'm just going to keep these two. All the rest of I'm going to go ahead and get rid of. Okay, so let's see, out of powders and bronzers, so we're getting rid of 13 products out of this category and keeping only about 5. So I think that's pretty good. I knew this one wasn't going to be an area that I'm going to keep a lot from. Okay, so I'm going to go feed the cats. It'll just be a moment for you, but it'll be a little bit of time for me. And then we're going to come back and we are going to do the rest of the skincare. Not skincare, the rest of the skin products. So I have foundation, primer, concealer, and eye primers to do. I will not be swatching everything there, don't worry. And we'll go through them pretty fast. I'm going to get rid of, I think, most things that I didn't enjoy and just say, you know what, we're done with it, and not just keep them just for the sake of keeping them. So yeah, so we will be back in a flash. All right, so this is what we're dealing with foundations, primer, eye primer. It's a whole bucket full of stuff here, and then all of these here. So I'm just gonna kind of try and organize stuff into piles, and we're just gonna go through each pile relatively quickly. That's the plan. So yeah. Does anyone know what this is? Is it an eyeshadow base or concealer? All right, this is chaos here, but I'm just gonna start with a couple of things. So these are all of my eye primers. I have a video on eye primers, so if you wanna check it out, I'll leave it up in the card here. I am doing a second video with more new ones. So all of these I'm keeping, so I just wanted to lay them out just so that they were kind of part of this video. But yeah, I'm keeping all of them for now until I finish that second video. To be honest, most of them are pretty fine. So, except for this thing I'm getting rid of. This is one of the cream shadows from their the ColourPop summer collection. And I decided to use this as an eye base because it was light enough for that. But there's no other use that I have for this, so this is going in the getting rid of bin. I might have to throw this out. I very much doubt anyone's gonna want that, so. Also, who knows what category to put this thing into? Clearly it's going away. I'm actually wondering whether I can clear out all of the stuff inside and keep the jar for something, because it's a really nice jar. It's very heavy, but otherwise it is going straight to hell. It's gonna go in the declutter pile, so bye-bye. Let's do primers, since there are so many of them over here. This is all concealers at the back, in case you were wondering. So I have this Glossier one. I'm going to keep. This is a one that my student who was decluttering gave to me to use, but I ended up buying one for myself, so I'm going to go ahead and try and get these used up. If anything, I'll use them on a daily basis just for like moisturizer for my skin, like daytime moisturizer. So anyway, I'm going to keep those. Okay, this is new. Like, I haven't opened this. This is a Cooling Matte Perfecting Primer by Too Faced. I'm just going to go ahead and declutter this. It can go in a giveaway. I haven't used it. This is expired. This is from number 7. It's a tinted moisturizer, so this is going to go in the bin, unfortunately. This one was a BB cream from Aborian, and I was really excited about this, but then in the end, I know I said I wasn't going to swatch things, guys, but I think the color wasn't quite right, or I was expecting it, actually the color's not bad. I guess I was expecting it to be more like a BB cream, like really light, rather than kind of a conceal. Actually, that looks really nice. We're going to try this again. This isn't more of a conceal, more of a foundation. So let's go ahead and keep this one for now. It was in the wrong pile. The High Glass face primer, I used it once in the video I made with it and then never used it again, so I'm going to declutter. This e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, I've used it a few times. I don't enjoy it, so I am going to go ahead and get rid of it. This is a new one for me, the Hydro Primer. Everyone talks about how amazing it is, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this and actually try it because it's just been sitting in my collection, not being used. No Filter Primer from ColourPop. I think I'll keep this one. It's still pretty new, pretty full in there. I think it was fine. So I don't really tend to use primers that much, so that's why I'm going to get rid of most of the rest of these. But this was okay. This Cover FX one I did use quite a while, but I think, yeah, we're well past the expiry date on this, so that has to go. Same with this Hangover one, I think. Yeah, 6 months, so this has been running around for a while. These ones that I got in Japan, again, these are quite expired now, so I'm going to have to go ahead and get rid of these. The Benefit POREfessional ones, I don't actually enjoy them at all, so I'm going to get rid of these. And again, they're all probably expired, so we'll go ahead and dump them. This one I actually really enjoyed. This was the Youth Lab Checkmate solution, but I've had it for quite a while now, so I think this one needs to unfortunately go into the bin. That's why doing these declutters is actually really helpful, especially with products like foundations, concealers, serums, etc. They do go bad. You know, obviously use your judgment on whether you think it's gone bad or not. But yeah, these I've had for a long time, so I think they're time to get rid of it. This Vitamin C Pixie Brightening Perfector I did not like, so I'm going to go ahead and give that away. It's still good. I have this Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. I'm going to keep that. I have not tried it yet, so I'm kind of excited about that. And then we have this primer from Fenty. I don't remember if I liked it, so I'm gonna keep it and try it at least one more time. Am I still in date? I think I'm just in date with this one still, so I'm gonna try this one again, see if I enjoy it maybe more the second time around. Okay, let's do some of these setting sprays, of which I only have a couple because I don't use them. So I'm going to keep this little Moisture Surge from Clinique because I do use this occasionally, and it works as a setting spray kind of. I have this little tiny sample all-nighter from Urban Decay that I still want to try, so I'll keep that. And I think I'm only going to keep one of these ones. So I have Makeup Obsession, So Dope, Dewy Finish from NYX, the No Filter. Oof. Ugh. Do you guys see that settling at the bottom? I don't even think did I even open this? Yikes, does it? I'm assuming it'll re-oozify. And then the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I've never used this, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna get rid of both. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of this one. I'm gonna keep this one because I have used it occasionally to use on like a brush to like set some eyeshadow. So I will keep this one. This one, let me see. Let's see what happens. So we'll keep these two for now. Okay, we're gonna do foundations last. So let's just kind of scoot those guys over there. All right, me and my problems with concealer. Okay, concealer and we have a lot of issues. So the ones I'm for sure keeping are the Born to Glow NYX Radiant Concealer ones. Okay, so I have the colors, where is it? Fair and Light Ivory. So I will be keeping these. I do enjoy them. I do think they work really well. I'm also going to keep this Charlotte Tilbury. It's a color corrector. If I'm doing like a really, come on fingers, like if I'm having to do like a full face that I really need to look, I don't want to say flawless because I don't like my skin to look flawless. I want it to look natural. But if I need to cover the dark under eyes, I will come back to this. I realize it looks a bit gross. It has cat hair and things like that in there. So I'm going to keep these ones. This one, the Pretty Fresh by ColourPop, I really like this. I think this works really well, so I'm going to keep this one. And a new one to my collection is the Kosas one, which I'm still trying. It's a bit thick, but we're going to keep on going with it. So we're going to keep these. Another one I enjoy is the Shiseido. This is the, let me read this. Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Concealer. This is in the 102 Fair. So I've had trouble with the foundations, which we're going to come to in a moment, but the concealer I really enjoy. I think it's really nice, so we're going to keep that. Now everything else here I think is going to go because I haven't enjoyed them as much. I used to use this a lot. This is the Instant Radius pen from number 7. I think it might be a bit dried out. Just to do a little bit of brightening under the eyes, so, but I don't use it anymore. Oh, this needs to go. This is the Prime and Lock from Revolution. This one gave me really itchy, horrible eyes, so that's gonna go. This Boing, the Benefit Concealer, is way too thick for me. I don't enjoy that. I don't like the texture of it, so this one's going. Same with this Makeup Revolution, Revolution Pro Concealer. This was horrible. This one, Flawless Concealer from e.l.f. I hated it. This NYX one, I didn't enjoy that. This Magic Eraser one, I didn't enjoy that one. This one from Clinique, I actually don't mind. I used it quite a bit, but I think the color might be a bit wrong. I'm tempted to keep this one and give it another go. But do you see how bright it is? It's almost too yellow. I think this is the wrong color for me, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. In case you're curious, that was Very Fair number 8. I just think it's a bit too yellow. I don't know, what do you guys think? Too yellow, or is it okay? The NARS Soft Matte Concealer, I'm tempted to keep it. I actually never used it as an under eye concealer. I only ever used it, this is Light 1 in Chantilly. I only ever used it as an eye base. Wow, that is thick. But that's a pretty good color. Ooh, that feels nice. All right, we'll keep that. All right, this one is a big disappointment because I actually really like the color. I thought this was a really good match for me. This is the Giorgio Armani, sorry, it's really teeny tiny Power Fabric Concealer. But this creases. This creases in like a minute on me, which is really unfortunate because I really like the color. I like the light texture of it. So my mom and I are pretty much the same skin tone, so I'm gonna send this to her because I think she's really gonna enjoy this one. I think it'll work better on her, but for me, it just didn't, my skin's just too oily for this. Nabla Close Up. This one again was too thick. It's very similar, I think personally, to the Benefit Boing one, so it didn't really work for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one. And then we have this Winky Lux. It says Peeper Perfect. I'm not really sure what this is. Is it a concealer or is it an eye primer? Looks like a concealer. Look how dark that is. Oh yeah, that's not, this is medium. Yeah, why would medium work for me? Clearly that's not gonna work for me. That's gone. Okay, last but certainly not least, foundations. Some of these are new. I have the Woma Beauty. This is the, what is this called? The Say What Weightless Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. Very excited to try this one. This is in the color 1. Fair Lady T1N. So this one's quite like a thin, like a more, I don't want to say watery, but like a lighter textured one. So I'm excited about this. I also have the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Translucent, or not translucent, powder foundation. This is the one that I got. This is in 150. So I still want to try this out, see how it works on oily skin. So these ones are new. I also picked up 2 different ordinary ones. So it's the same color, but this is the serum foundation, and then this is the coverage one. And from what I've heard, the serum one is similar to this Glossier one. So I kind of want to play around with these a little bit. I'm really interested in this very light serum-y kind of coverage. So these ones we're all keeping. They're all new anyway. This is the Dior Forever Skin. I really enjoy this, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one. I'm actually keeping quite a lot. This Clinique Anti-Blemish one, I never really got around to trying, but I still think it's good. Yeah, it's still good. So I do want to come back and try this one. This we're going to get rid of. This is the CC Perfecting Foundation from Makeup Revolution, Revolution Pro. This was disgusting on the skin. I'm sorry. If you enjoyed that, I apologize for that statement, but it was pretty horrible for me. Okay, so we have a couple of different ColourPop ones. So we have 2 different ones here. So one is the Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation, and one is the Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. I much prefer this to this one. So I'm gonna get rid of this and keep this one because I think this is a better formula. Oh, I had another primer. Hyaluronic primer. I will keep this one as well as the hyaluronic thing. It's the same part of that collection, so I think I like that one. This is the Nabla Close-Up Futuristic Foundation. This was an L20 light, so it's probably was a little bit too dark. I got the sample because I wasn't sure how I was gonna enjoy this particular foundation. Has it dried up in there? Ooh, it's separated. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one. I did not enjoy the foundation particularly, so it's no skin off me to get rid of it anyway, and it was just a little sample, guys, so we'll go ahead and say goodbye. Okay, so I bought this and I haven't used it yet, but I'm not going to, and I'm going to show you why. I was watching, who is it, Nady on over on, is it Poplux, I think. And he tried this, and it looked really yellow. And then I was like, holy shit, that is yellow. Look at this. Look at that. It's so yellow, undertoned, and this is the color Light 01. So this is not for me. This is far too yellow, so this is gonna go ahead and say goodbye. It's a shame, I never got to, I didn't use it on my face, which is probably a good thing, that would look horrible. One of my favorites last year was the NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil. This is the color Vanilla Nude and the Natural Soft Beige, kind of mix in between these two depending on the day, depending how I feel. They do not look like this, they're much nicer. I actually have a backup. So I'm actually tempted to go ahead and give away this backup if there's somebody who, a friend or a family member who would like it, or I might put it in a giveaway, but then I don't want to anticipate somebody's skin tone because that's a bit unfair, it kind of limits things. So I think I'll find a friend who has a similar skin shade to me that would really enjoy this. I like it, so I'm not getting rid of it because I don't like it. I'm getting rid of it is because I have all these other ones to try and there's no point in buying a backup. Like I bought a backup of this one, which is the Born to Glow Light. And I'm going to go ahead and let this one go as well. I did enjoy this, but I have all these other ones to try, and it just seems silly for me to open something new now and just have it sitting there when I'm not actually going to use it. So I'll keep the ones that are already open. One of my favorites from last year, this is the Neo Nude Giorgio Armani. I did buy a backup of these because it was on sale, but this is my favorite one, and so I think it was a sensible choice. This is color number 4, which is actually quite surprising, but it's light and it's actually a really nice match. It looks a little yellow here, or a little orange here, but it really will kind of fade out into almost nothing as you blend it in. So it's really pretty. A little bit dark, but I think especially in the summertime for me, this will be really nice. I tried the It CC cream before in the, I think there was a color light, and I just went ahead and picked up a little one in Fair. So I have it because I did enjoy it, and I think this would be good for like travel if I decide to ever travel again. Or rather, if we are ever allowed to travel again. All right, last ones. Bare Minerals, I don't know why I got a medium one. I never used it, so I mean, it's been open, so I can't put it in a giveaway or anything, but I'll give it to a friend. I mean, I tried. I don't know. What was I thinking? So I have 2 different ones from Shiseido. I got this one, which is the Radiant Lifting, and this one, which is just the Synchro Skin. So I bought this one in Japan. This is the cushion. Okay. And I probably need I have a replacement for the cushion in there. So this one is in porcelain. Okay. So this is color 140, which is really quite light, okay, but it actually does match pretty decent. And then I got this one in the color 150 because I was like, okay, let's try just a little bit darker. And you can see that this one is a slightly better match for my skin tone. So I'm going to keep both of these. This one I want to try out on camera because it is pretty new still, and yeah, so both my Shiseido ones are staying. And because surprisingly I've never tried the L'Oreal True Match, I went ahead and picked this one up. It looks like a pretty good color match to me. This is 1N Ivory. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a try at some point. And this is why I say if I have stuff that I haven't opened that I've already tried before, I might as well give it away and like keep the stuff that I haven't tried. So I'll go ahead and keep this one. So yeah. All right, let me go ahead and we'll put out everything in here that I am getting rid of, okay? And we will give it a count. I don't know if you guys have been keeping track. I think I'm gonna have to count again. Okay, that is 72 items gone, guys. I feel amazing about it. I look at some of these things and I'm like, oh, I want it again. But I'm very happy with the decisions I've made. I think I can find a good home for the majority of this stuff, and a few things that are new will go into a giveaway for you guys in the future, especially as we are well on our way to making 1,000 subscribers. So I'm pretty sure we should do a giveaway after that because that is super exciting. All right, guys, so this is it for volume 2. Next week, we're gonna do lips. I may also at the same time do eyeliners, lip liner, well, I'll do lip liners, sure, eyeliners, mascara, possibly brushes as well. I think next week will be the last one. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down below, or you could subscribe and hang out again. I'd love to see you come and do another declutter with me. I hope you all have a really lovely day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye!